No, day 3. That's the after party. Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, held up in the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
Well, then they won't be here for years. You're gonna kill the battery.
No, I've got more in my hand. That's the one that I was talking to at Fan Expo. And I've got it on camera. I think I have a picture anyway.
It's not true.
I don't usually watch those things.
Where's the after party already?
Channel Space Sense.
Oh yeah. You know what I really hate? You know what I really hate most? We lost Mark Healy. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about years ago.
I know the name.
He died. No, but he was not the regular.
Yes, I did.
They were magnificent.
One of those.
And I've got you saying that on camera.
They were magnificent.
Okay, the after party's coming up.
One of those.
Well, I'm back. And I brought a friend. And you know him well. It's Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, I know that you were expecting another captain on stage here with me.
That was good. That was good.
True but tactless. He will be here. He is otherwise engaged. So you just gotta have to put up with me for a while. It is so good to be back in Toronto. I've always had such a great experience here, whether it's been work, and my hotel room looked down on the theater that is called, help me out, come on.
Royal Alexandra?
The Royal Alexandra, right? Royal Alexandra Theatre. And when I saw it, it gave me a little shock, because I have not seen that building since I was there in 1975 with a production of Hedda Gabler with Glenda Jackson. And we had a marvelous time here in Toronto with that production. And I think I was there with another production a second time, but I'll be darned if I can remember what it was. Can you tell me what it was? Well, I have a feeling it might have been Midsummer Night's Dream, but I'm not so sure about that. However, that experience with Hedda Gabler was terrific here in Toronto, and I think the next time I came to work here was when we filmed the very first episode of the X-Men series. And we have always had such hospitality and such enthusiasm here in this town. As yet, I have never been invited to the film festival.
Boo,
Was it
Tiff,
something
boo,
I
Tiff.
said? I don't recall ever having said anything negative about the wonderful Toronto Film Festival. Or maybe it's just that I've never made those kind of films. I used to tell people half jokingly, by the way, I don't have a film career, I have a franchise career. But all that is about to end. Because, hopefully, in your cinemas, here and there, because it's a modest release, there will be a film called Match. And it is a very, very good film. Gave me one of the best film roles that I have ever had, and I am joined, because it's really only 3 characters in this film, by the beautiful and brilliant Carla Gugino and the wonderful Matthew Lillard as my 2 co-stars. So I'm hoping you'll be seeing that soon, and who knows, maybe even the festival might do us the honor of showing it here. And then, because you realize that I'm just vamping now, because I know I'm the, I'm like the warm-up guy.
Oh no.
I'm trying not to make you feel out of it down there. You don't feel out of it, do you? No. All over here. Good. I'm going to come down this way. Hi. There is also another movie that I was involved with, though only for 3 days. But I went to Sofia, Bulgaria, to film an American film called Stuck. Now, I only do films these days that have got 1-word titles. This is a fascinating film, which is actually set in the heart of Manhattan, even though we filmed it in Bulgaria. And I think it's very, very promising and probably even quite exciting. So that's me so far as movies are concerned at the moment. But some of you may know, you may have read in the press release, which was about, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, that in January I am to start shooting in a venture that will be a completely new direction for me, at least in the way that I am involved with it. Because in January in Los Angeles, I start shooting my first half-hour comedy TV show. A TV show devised and created by Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah!
No way!
Who we all love, right?
Oh yeah!
Yes. And written, at least our pilot episode, written by the man who will be our brilliant showrunner, Jonathan Ames, who is a tremendous writer. And we are to air on the Starz cable network.
We have
Starz. Sometime late spring or early summer of next year. And this series will be, of which we are making 10 episodes this year and 10 next year. Guaranteed that's going to happen. And this series is called Blunt Talk. Why is it called Blunt Talk? Because the principal character, myself, at least played by myself, is called Walter Blunt, and he has a TV show. Kind of talk show, excuse me, talk show, investigative show, news show, a combination of all those things. There isn't really a show on television at the moment that is really like Blunt Talk. But if you can imagine that this show is devised by Seth MacFarlane and written by Jonathan Ames, you will have some idea of the content of this show.
We have to get the tickets online in advance.
Some of you here may be even too young to watch it. On the other hand, some of you who are mature will understand it very well. So it's giving me an opportunity. I've guested on shows like Frasier and Extras, but I've never ever had a show of my own, and I am so excited about this.
Yeah!
So far, I have only read what will be the pilot episode, except that it's not really a pilot because we know we're going to shoot 10 episodes and then a further 10. And it is quite dazzlingly brilliant and, of course, scandalous too. It may involve some partial.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
Thank you so much. Thank you. They're opposite. They're like at very ends. We have to play down there.
This used to be called CinemaScope. You remember? And would you please give my friend a microphone?
Chair.
Oh, it's on your chair. Sorry.
Well, Patrick, what have you been up to?
Well, as I explained, I've been vamping till ready. I've been the warm-up for the first time, and this is a great privilege for me. It will go in my CV, warm up to William Shatner. Because they were promised you, and then they only got me.
Well, no. We know Patrick as this wonderful actor, both in the cinema and on the stage. But what you guys don't know totally, although you can sense it, is what a wonderful gentleman he is, what a wonderful man.
Yeah!
You know, we've known each other a little over the years, but I really got to know him at his house in London, outside of London, when I talked to him on a documentary we were making called The Captain. And his house reflects the man in that it is modest but beautiful. It's large but intimate. It's calm but full of energy. He's a man of contrasts and of great talent. I'm an admirer of Patrick Stewart.
As we are.
What you didn't mention in that description of
How
my
handsome
home,
you are.
we've just taken that as read, really. That when you were there and we did that really fine interview, you may remember I had a pond with a fountain in the middle of it.
Yes.
And at that time I had 6 rather beautiful and quite mature goldfish. This spring, when the winter was gone, and I kept hearing rumors from the people who look after my house when I'm not there, you know, there are these little fish in your pond. And I said, that's not possible. They're mistaken. They could be tadpoles, maybe. But no. There are now 36 fish in my pond. How does that happen? You know? Do you know anything about
And
that?
if your mommy and daddy didn't tell you, I have a small, a pond, and in the Los Angeles tradition, there are koi.
Oh, how lucky you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And through a series of adventures with koi, somebody who was filling the pond as the water evaporates, they fill the pond, and you have to condition the water.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that?
I have to do that even with my very ordinary goldfish.
So fish can't take the tap water.
No, they can't.
Neither can we, actually, but we don't know that. So they didn't condition the tap water, and the fish all died. Some of them were with me for 30 years, Patrick. They had gotten this big, and I don't know whether you know about these kois, but they come up to the surface of the water, and they go.
Yeah.
They want food.
Do they feed from your hands? Can you?
Not only do they feed, but they nudge you like this.
Oh, how wonderful.
And then you begin to think, wait a minute, fish are sentient. They feel.
Yeah.
Feed me. Love me. And you want to go, I'll feed you and I love you. Now, people don't eat meat. Philosophically, some people don't eat meat philosophically because they don't want to kill a cow or whatever the animal is that they're eating. But they'll eat fish. I saw these fish looking for love.
And food.
And now even a lettuce leaf talks to me. Don't eat me, don't eat me. I'm a lettuce leaf. But you know, but there is a thing about life. Everything that lives, that grows, is connected. How are we supposed to feed if we have the... I had an interview. I interviewed a lady who was a vegan. And I said, do you eat eggs? She said, no. I said, why not? I mean, the animal is still alive. She says, well, think of what they do to chickens. Okay. And do you drink milk and eat cheese? No. Why not? Because the calf needs to suckle, right? And isn't that your understanding? That the cow bears the calf, and then in order to keep the milk flowing, you milk the cow, something happens to the calf, right? That isn't what happens at all, Patrick. You can have a milk cow without a calf. So this lady is totally... Anyway, you get my drift, right? This lady... Yeah, and then just to finalize this whole thing, we started, I said, well, how do you feel about abortion? And she said, well, if it's necessary. That was an interesting interview.
But I am...
You're not consumed with interest, I
I know I am. I've been following every moment of this, and I think as time goes by, we shall, at least scientists, will explain to us more and more about the possible sentience of plants. I mean, you know that the Prince of Wales, our future king, he has a theory that you talk to plants to encourage them to be healthy and to grow. Did you know that?
Whales. Are you mixing up the animal Wales with the Prince of Wales?
No.
Because you could cry and think that's wailing,
Yeah.
and then there's the animal for whale.
Yeah.
So you would have to be very exact about when you say whales.
Yeah, well, I think Wales is correct. If it were the other one, I would say whales. At least I would. I mean,
Why?
Yeah, sit down.
I've got to sit down.
Because we may be here for a while.
No. Do you want to start with a question as to what we're doing here? Would you like to
Actually, I would maybe like to do that. I mean, we could interview one another. Goodness knows, there's plenty we could ask each other and plenty we could talk about. But I just want to go back to the fish for a moment. And sentience. At the very beginning, I used to feed my fish mid-morning.
I'd rather plant food is better than mid-morning.
Well, whatever it was, it would be about 11 o'clock. I would go out there with a cup of coffee and the food. And as I walked...
And how did they take their coffee?
I never tried them on the coffee, but I can assure you and them my coffee is first rate. I am a barista of substance. But as I walked from my kitchen door to the pool, halfway there, I would start to say, "Hi guys, good morning, here I am, it's feeding time, it's eating time." After a week or two of this, they came to the surface when they heard my voice. And now they still, and these are even the new ones, the little ones. I start to say, "Hey guys, how you are?" And they straight away they're up like, "Hey, it's that guy again with the food." How do you, now maybe it's just vibrations.
Well, everything is vibration. I'm reading this marvelous book. I'm able to do it chapter by chapter. The Dancing Woolly Masters. Anybody know that book? Yeah? About quantum physics. It'll blow your mind. And it's not a new text, but it's new to me, and it's absolutely making me crazy. When you talk to your fish, Patrick, you've spent years cultivating your voice, exercising your voice, learning to speak through the mask, to get chest and head tones, be able to dispense with this microphone. And think of how much easier it is to speak with words. Do you talk to your fish in stentorian terms?
I do, yes, yes.
So when you called the fish, what kind of voice did you use?
Okay, well, I'll demonstrate it for you. Maybe I'll demonstrate it without the use of a microphone. So I would say that my kitchen door is probably about here, and the fish pond is a little bit further than you are.
About here.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is what I do.
He's lost it.
We've got to see that one more time.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here I come. Hi guys. It's exactly like that.
Well, I met the guy, so I had to replace these extraordinary
The koi,
fish.
yeah.
Koi. I mean, my friends, this idiot had killed my friends. So I found, through a series of circumstances, a koi man. And a man from Japan whose profession was to not only breed koi, but to judge them. They're like a dog show or a horse show. They have a koi show. And he knew when he brought the kois in, he said, well, this is, and he'd give the breeding out of Yakatama to bred to Hitten Hatata. It was wow. So canned tuna is as far as I can go from here on in. Yes.
Well, what about this question time?
I think perhaps this may be the moment.
Do we have any
Are we
kind
set
of
up?
system or set up for questions?
Is there a microphone?